Don and I had an argument. The duck pond needs to be dumped. And last year he got me a whole setup with a pump and a hose so that I could drain the pool water into the garden. So I put the pump in the pool and I run the hose all the way to the garden, and the water gets drained into the garden. I need to dump the pool today, but the pump is at his mom's house because her basement flooded. And he doesn't want to go get it today. I don't really want to go get it today. So I was just going to take a bucket and bail it. One bucket at a time, just dump the water on the ground. The ground is disgusting because anytime there's water, the ducks make a mess. They do that. They do that. Don doesn't want me to bail it onto the ground. He thinks it's making the ground worse. It's making more of a mess. I don't think you can make more of a mess. I don't see his point at all, and he doesn't see my point at all. So he said, well, if you're just going to do it that way, then I'll do it. So Don is going to do it. He did it last week as a favor to me because I asked him to. And he took bucket by bucket and took them all over the property and put each bucket on the blueberries and on the roses, which is wonderful. It's good water. So it's a good thing to do, but it took him like 2 hours. Whereas when I do it, I spend 5 minutes bailing it and then 20 minutes refilling it. And then the job is done. Well, Don's not going to do it that way. Don's going to do it his way. He's strapping a barrel to the bucket of his tractor. Let's see where this leads. While Don works on that, I'm working on a bunch of things that are not on my to-do list. One is my duck, Rubber Ducky, who is the girl's favorite. She has a great big wound on her foot, and it's all swollen and gross. So I have treated her once before. It didn't seem to make much of a difference. I'm going to treat her again. So what this is an Epsom salt bath. And I'm going to leave her there for the next half hour or so. The other situation is my darling Blue, the same hen who had the problem with her crop before, and I was able to treat her and she was able to recover. She's really bad again, and I don't think she's going to make it. So I have isolated her in here, cut her off from food and water, but I'm going to keep a close eye on her. We're probably going to have to put her down, which is a bit of a bummer. It's not something that I ever want to do, but if I can't help her, I can't just let her be in pain and die slowly. That's not cool. So I'll give her a little while and see if I can help her at all, and if not, then we'll put her down. It's awesome. I'm glad that he's doing it that way, but I'm not going to do it that way. Do you know how many things I have to do right now? It's just not a priority. A priority is getting this garden planted. So, I did finally manage to finish prepping all of the rows. It's all looking absolutely beautiful. Hardly any weeds anywhere to be seen. My peas are all popping up. I planted some cabbages and some broccolini yesterday in these first 5 rows. So now I need to, I want to replant radishes and carrots because there's no sign of them. I don't know if it's that the seeds rotted in the ground because I planted them, in early April. Maybe it was March. It was mid-March, early March when I planted them. So that could be the problem, or the problem could be that they got eaten by slugs. I it doesn't matter. I just need to replant them. And then I need to plant some more lettuce because I need to, for the farmer's market, I need to make sure that I'm planting things every couple of weeks. I'm tired. My favorite thing when I have a huge to-do list, my favorite thing is walking back and forth between my house and Dawn's house, trying to find the thing that I need to do the thing that I need to do, but I can't find anywhere. So yesterday I started planting my brassicas, and then I had to stop because we went on a road trip, and now I can't find my seeds. They're not in my house, they're not in my greenhouse, they're not in my garden. So back to Dawn's. I was just at Dawn's a few minutes ago because I had to find a marker to mark all the rows where I'm planting things, and I knew that was in Dawn's house, but I don't know where my seeds are. No seeds. No seeds. No seeds. No seeds. No seeds. These are seeds, but not the seeds I need. I just feel like I'm losing my mind. Like, where could they be? I hate living in two different houses because I've just wasted like a half an hour of my day looking for, so it's a box just like this, but it's yellow. And it's just poof. So I think I'm going to just admit defeat and plant something different because it all needs to be planted. So I found them. For some reason, they're buried under insulation, which is really impressive. And infuriating. Okay, I got distracted. This back corner here was a big square, and I grew sweet corn there. 2 years in a row growing sweet corn, it was always terrible. So I'm just gonna forget about it. I'm still gonna grow, I still have a square over here where I can grow my glass gem corn because it's so pretty. But sweet corn, there are people who are better at growing that. I'll just buy it at the roadside stands. It's not that expensive. This is now, I just spent the last hour probably turning this into 3 rows instead of 1 square. So that's something. Okay, so yeah, sure, I did not get started until 3:30, and I had to take care of a sick chicken and a sick duck. And I managed to get that corner back there converted from a square into 3 rows. So it wasn't entirely a write-off of a day, but I only planted 4 rows. Tomorrow, I have tomorrow. by far. 7:30, and I spent the last half hour doing this. This is my injured duck. She's been walking on that foot and getting it dirty and getting it infected, and it just can't heal. So I've put her in here. In there, she won't be walking on the foot as much. She won't be getting it as dirty. I'll give it another clean tomorrow, and hopefully if we leave her in there for a few days, she will recover. The thing is, she doesn't want to be in there. Her friends and family are all out here. She wants to be out here, and it might affect her social standing being locked away for several days. When she comes back out, the pecking order will have changed, and she will have to fight to have her place back. So I can understand why she doesn't want to go in there, but I gotta take care of my girl. You looking for your girl? And I'm still not done. I need to get my fire going because it's only going to be 4 degrees tonight. So I need to make sure that my plants don't get too cold. There's 3 ducks on my nest. There were none last night. Now there's 3. You guys are killing me. just spooked an entire flock of starlings out of my garden, and they made an absolute mess. They're just kicking the straw all over the place. They're worse than my chickens. I'm so frustrated. I put so much time and effort into this, and I just feel like I'm absolutely losing every single second of every single day, and I'm so tired and frustrated. I have really bad depression today. It's not a depression caused by external circumstances. It's just like a chemical imbalance. If I push myself too hard and I sort of run on adrenaline for too many days in a row, then it's like the chemicals in my brain that make me have any emotions at all just run out. So today I'm just kind of out of any of those brain chemicals. Where did I put my pen? There she is. Now, when my brain is like that, the problem then becomes just apathy. I don't want to do anything, to the point of like, usually when I'm struggling, I can, like when I find myself focusing on the negative, chocolate, scotch, bonnet. I find myself focusing on the negative, but I can sort of look around me and notice the things that make me happy, and notice the things that make me feel fulfilled, and express gratitude and appreciation for the life that I have, and that'll sort of like make me feel better. But today I'm having a hard time doing that, and my brain is just fixating on all the negatives and all the problems and all the failures, and the result is that today I want to quit. I want to quit everything. It's so hard. It's all so hard. And yeah, it's not. I have had so many failures. The spider mites have killed so many things. I made some mistakes with my seed ordering. The mice have killed so many things. Now I've got birds eating my seeds in the garden. I just feel like it's just not worth it. It's too hard. I'm really envious of people who just have a normal 9-to-5 job, who make money and then take that money and go to the grocery store and buy food. That would just be so much easier. And I've seen a lot of memes lately, like people like, I don't know why people are drawn to conspiracy theories, because I find the historically accurate narrative, I find it disturbing enough. So this was there was a meme it was a reel that said they don't teach life skills in school because they want us to be completely dependent upon them, and they don't want us to grow our own food because they want us to be completely dependent upon them. They want us to be eating this garbage from the grocery store because they want us dependent on their healthcare system. They, all these sorts of stories. And I don't know why people are drawn to those stories, because I feel like the truth is just as scary, if not more scary, which is that we chose this. We chose this. Because that saying that like the most simple explanation is probably the true one. And the most simple explanation is that we chose this. We chose this because it's easier. Growing your own food is so hard. You work, you're fighting nature every single step of the way. it doesn't matter how much expertise you have, you're still going to make mistakes year after year. There's always unpredictable factors that you can't anticipate that could wipe out your entire crop, and you end up going hungry all winter because your crop failed in August because of a drought, or in September because of a flood, or in the spring because mice ate everything. Like, this is really hard. We chose because it's easier. We chose to have a job where we make money and we go to the grocery store and we buy the food. We chose food that looked symmetrical and traveled well and had a long shelf life, rather than stuff that's healthier for us and goes rotten faster. We chose that. It wasn't forced upon us by any nefarious supreme secret overlords. We chose it because it's easier, because growing your own food is too much work. Teaching your kids these skills it's hard work. The reason schools don't teach these skills is because this is the stuff that kids used to learn at home. Schools teach the things that parents didn't know how to teach. They didn't know how to read. They didn't know how to do math. They didn't know about the scientific method. That's why schools teach that. Schools assumed that people were teaching their kids this stuff at home. And we don't teach our kids this stuff at home. That's why schools don't teach it. It's not a great big conspiracy. It's the simplest explanation is the most likely. We chose this because growing your own food is too hard, and having someone else do it is easier. And then they chose to, they need it to be cheap and easy to ship and cheap to grow. And, oh yeah, I need Black Hungarian. Anyways, all that is to say, today I feel like quitting. I have been working for another farmer, just like 4 hours a week. She's a market gardener. She has a booth at the farmer's market, and she's paying me slightly over minimum wage to work for her. And it's occurring to me that I would make more money working for her at the farmer's market than I make selling my own food at the farmer's market. Significantly more money, if I'm honest with you. Now, part of that is my own fault. Part of that is my fault because I don't sell my products for enough money. But at the same time, farming is an economy of scale. The profit margin for farming is so narrow that you cannot turn a profit on a small scale. You have to produce on a large scale in order to turn a profit. And I just do not have the money or the facilities to produce on a large scale. I don't have enough land. I don't have a big enough greenhouse. I don't have... The greenhouse she has a furnace and fans and ventilation, and it's all fully automated. So if she leaves in the morning and the sun comes out, her plants don't all cook to death while she's gone, which is what happens with my plants. If I want to be financially viable at this, I need to expand. That's the only way that it could be possible. So going forward, I need to make a decision. Do I want to do this on a larger scale, or do I want to roll it back and just grow my own food and not even bother with the farmer's market? And there's pros and cons to both of those. I'm planting peppers, if you're wondering what I'm doing. There's pros and cons to both of those, right? Like, what I really liked about the farmer's market was the people that I got to know. But I didn't make enough money to... The money I made basically covered my expenses. It did not bring me forward in any way whatsoever. So if I want to expand, then really I'd be better off working for the other farmer. until I had enough money to buy a bigger greenhouse. So if I expand, then this wouldn't be as time consuming, because everything that I'm doing right now, I'm doing the hard way. Everything I'm doing, takes me, she can plant 300 seeds in the length of time it takes me to plant 72 seeds. It's just really, it's just how it is. She can grow 1,000 plants with the amount of effort that it takes me to grow 30 plants. So it would be easier if I expanded eventually. But if I expand, then this becomes more of a business and I have less time for my children. Whereas if I cancel a business altogether and I just do this for my own personal sustenance, then I get to spend more time with my kids, which is really what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be spending more time with my kids. And you know, people who have 9-to-5 jobs will tell me how envious they are. They'll tell me, oh, it must be so nice being able to stay home all day with your kids and putter in the garden. And I'm like, yeah, except that I'm so stressed out all the time. It's not relaxing at all. I am not relaxed in any way whatsoever. I was feeling a little bit less stressed about things up until about a week ago, and now I'm tired and I'm frazzled, and I have to remind myself that it's partly circumstance. We had 2 birthdays. We had 2 birthdays and the girl's dad was out of the country, so it was kind of a crazy week, and I'm still behind from that. I'm not actually going to quit. I've made commitments. I've already signed up for the farmer's market. I've already told all of my customers that I'm going to be at the farmer's market. And I do really enjoy doing the farmer's market. But there's definitely some pressure to reconsider what my priorities are. But the thing is, everybody should be doing that all the time. We should always be checking in to make sure that what we're doing is actually what the plan is, or if we sort of got taken off on a tangent that isn't going to pan out to be the right thing. So it's okay that every once in a while I stop and I think about quitting and I reevaluate, and then I decide the best way to go forward. As long as I'm not making rash decisions based on a chemical imbalance in my brain that's only temporary. So, it's not bad to think about it, but don't tie my horse to that cart just yet. I think that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Take care. I'm getting ready for bed in Don's house, and I just noticed a success story. To remind you, the #1 seller in the farmer's market last year is something called Kukuzi, and for some reason this year, not a single one of my seeds germinated. And the #2 seller at the farmer's market is cucamelon, and the spider mites murdered all of my cucamelon plants. I planted loads and loads and loads of them as one last-ditch effort to see if I could get them to sprout. And Kukuzi, cucamelon, cucamelon, cucamelon. So I can end this video on a slight